What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to just kind of a random video that I'm deciding to record today since we got the new patch update today. Sorry, I just had to readjust my camera. This video is not sponsored by Adidas. None of my videos are sponsored by anyone. It's just if I'm wearing a hat and or a bandana, it's because my hair is a mess. I would take it off and show you, but we don't know each other like that yet. I'm kidding. I love you all. But today we're going to be talking about platforms. I'm going to give you a short tutorial on how to use them. I have started a build where I am using them, and they can kind of get finicky, but we'll get into that in a second. And I'm also going to show you that build that I'm working on. It'll be a speed build eventually. I don't know if it'll be a speed build tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to release it tomorrow or the next day or what, but the build I'm going to show you will eventually be a speed build. But other than that, all I have to say is join my Discord server. That link is in the description. Follow me on Twitch. That link is in the description. I'm actually going to be streaming tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, so please come over and join me. We will probably be continuing my Legacy Challenge. Yeah, probably. Anyway, guys, let's hop into game, and I will show you the new platforms. Okay, guys, we are randomly here in Newcrest. Sorry, let me just fix my mic. We are randomly here in Newcrest, and I'm going to show you platforms. So, I'm sorry, I keep looking over at OBS to make sure everything's running the way it should be. So, there was a few other things that came with this update, but I think for this video, I'm just going to focus primarily on the platform. So you go here as if you're just about to build something, and the platform tool is right here. It even says platform tool. So when you place it down, it's the first height up. So your Sims can walk up that pretty easily. Same with a regular foundation. If you use a regular foundation and lift it up once, your Sims can step up to that. Here's one thing I'm going to try because I don't know. Can you connect a platform and a foundation? No, you cannot. Because I assume the reason being is because a foundation is off of the ground, whereas a platform is technically the ground level just being raised. So I guess that makes sense. So like if you had this and then you put another one, your Sims could step onto, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see, your Sims can step onto this one and then onto this one. And then if I did another one, your Sims could step from this one to this one to this one easily. So you could kind of, like, if you just kind of kept doing that, you could make your own stairs. I don't really know why you would do that. I mean, maybe as like custom stairs to get up to the house. But like, I wouldn't suggest doing that on the interior. You probably can't do that on the interior. But like right here, they can't step up to that because once you go over 2 heights, then they can no longer step up. But one thing I would suggest when placing platforms is but this is how you raise them. Excuse me. Like if you already have one down and you say, well, I want this one to be taller than this one. Then you click it, and there's 2 arrows right here, and you just raise it up as high as you want. Let me put it down 1 just because. And now these 2 are on the same level. And then if you wanted your Sims to get up here and then up there, you would need some stairs. And then now your Sims could get up here, and then since this is a 1 height, they could get up there. That's pretty much it. Like, that's the simple way to do it. um, there's a lot of possibilities with these platforms. But here's another thing I will say, another kind of pro tip. So if you have your house, and then let's say let's say over here is the kitchen and over here is the living room. Let me make it smaller just for this cut this in half, and over here is the kitchen, over here is the living room. And you want, let's say you want the living room to be lowered and you want the kitchen to be a little higher than ground level. Side note, I'm so glad that they changed this because they added this like the smaller one a while ago, but in the menu they both looked the same size and I would never know which one they were. Because I never read, like the smaller one has always said the super subtle, but I would never read it and I would always pick this one first. So I'm glad they made that small change. But what I suggest you do, because, okay, like let's say you're trying to make the kitchen, let's say you're trying to make the kitchen taller. If I just take the platform tool and draw it out, it's going to get rid of your walls on the outside, which means it's also going to get rid of whatever wallpaper you put out there, and you're going to have to do all that all over again. It's going to get rid of whatever windows you put out there, so you're going to have to do all that all over again. So to avoid that, take a regular wall, draw it wherever you want it. So this is the kitchen. Then click the kitchen, and those same arrows pop up. And if you want it to be taller, let's say you want it to be 2 taller, boom, boom, lift it up 2, get rid of the wall, and there it goes. It didn't get rid of nothing. And then obviously you would need stairs going up to it. And then, yeah. And then with the living room, let's just leave a little space so I can demonstrate. Because I don't think I can drop this whole thing. It'd be weird. But then we go, let's say that's just a hallway. Maybe it leads to the rest of the house, whatever. Living room, same thing. Draw that wall, click it, and then just go down. You can go down 2. And then get rid of the wall. Grab you some stairs. And boom. And then there's your sunken living room. Easy enough. This looks weird, and there's really nothing you can do about that. They do have this new platform trim menu, and they have plenty of things you can put there, but the lighting is just a tad bit off. Because like if I choose the white, see how it looks gray here, but it's like actually white there? That you really can't avoid. The only way you could really avoid that is if you were to do this. And you were to outline the entire... let me get it back. White. No, that's not the one I wanted. White. Come on. Go on there, please. That's not white. See? Okay. Now that I've put that there and there's no wall directly above it, it's not casting a shadow, so it's like also white. But if it's up against, like if it's right underneath a wall, it's gonna always cast a shadow, and there's really nothing you can do about that. Because one thing you can do, like right here, let's say our walls are this color. Come on. Let's say our walls are this color and we don't want this, and we don't want our platform trim to be any of these because we're just like, okay, that's ugly. So what you can do is this is another part of the update we have new wall heights. Every wall height you could possibly think of. So if this is the 2 height, you know you bump that up 2. So if this is 1 and this is 2, then that's the one you would need. Draw it there. Draw it there. And then you can make your trim whatever color you want. And then you would obviously also have to choose whatever you wanted that the actual wall trim to be. And then you could even do like if you wanted a railing, you could put a railing and then grab the matching fence and go across. You could do that, but as you can see, if you do that, it gets rid of the half walls, because you can't have a fence on top of a half wall. Just like you can't take a half wall and put it here to fix that, because it's going to get rid of your wall. So if you were to use a fence, you would have to deal with one of the platform trims. But you could also just take the same half wall and do that if you wanted that, or make the half wall even taller, and then it's kind of, then it kind of is being separated off like a fence would do. So there's a lot of things you can do with platforms. Just don't go up too high, because your Sims need to be able to get up there. So we're on the lowest wall height. So if I were to bump this up to there, obviously your adult Sims could not get up there. I don't think your adult Sims could get up if it was that high. I think if you're going up in the shortest wall height, 2 is probably the safest bet. But if you have the medium wall height, I don't know where my wall, okay. Obviously, if you have the medium wall height, or even more the tall wall height, then obviously you could go up even more and they would still have room. So yeah, guys, that's platforms. That is pretty much all I have to say about them. I'm really excited about them. So now let me take you to the build that I'm working on, which is right over there, and I'm going to show you how I've been using them. Okay guys, here's the house I'm working on. Don't look at it too hard, because like I said, it will be a speed build. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I'm building it from reference, so whenever the speed build comes out, I'll show you the reference photo. But let's hop inside. So you go through the front door, which is on a platform. So this is technically the first time I use platforms. I used them right here at the entrance. So I put 2 right there and then put those stairs in between. This is a 2 height. And then I went down here. So once they're up here, they can step down there because it's a 1 height. And since this is a 1 height from the ground, they could technically step down, but that plant's not going to allow them to. And then we go inside. So since I put a 2 height foundation here, when I got inside, I needed to put a 2 height foundation here, or 2 height platform, excuse me. It's not a foundation. So we have one right here. This is basically the entrance way. You go down this way. This is a 2 height platform. This floor right here is ground level. That floor is ground level. So like this would meet up with the grass. It's the ground level. And this is just a bathroom. This is going to be an office or a second bedroom. I haven't decided. And then bedroom over here. And then I'm going to put a railing of some sort right here. And then we go down. This is also ground level. So this is just kind of like a random space that nothing's really going to be there. And then in this corner is going to be the kitchen. And then over here is the dining space. This is a garage, master bedroom, and then this is going to be a game room slash home gym. And then the living room is down. So it's lowered twice. So what I did is I placed a wall all the way around and then went down twice. um I'm thinking about bumping this out. I know this has nothing to do with platforms, but I'm thinking about bumping that out just so it's not just a one square right here. Because if there's a one square, there's really not much I can do with that space. But we'll see. But as you just saw, when I moved the wall, this was one of the finicky things that I was talking about with the platforms. When I moved that wall, see what the stairs did? And then they and then when I grab them and trying to place them back where they were, they don't go. And I don't know why. They won't go. So you would have to delete them and replace them again. So that's just a small, like, little annoying thing. It also happens if, not just since I moved that wall, but if I were to place a wall here, it did it. See how it did it again? It's just like, I don't know, when you manipulate, it doesn't like you manipulating it. But now that I put that wall there, I kind of want it there. No, because I think it'd be cuter if there was a railing, and then when people came in, they could look over the railing and see who was in the living room. That's cute. um, but yeah, guys, that's my first attempt at using platforms. This might change in the actual build, because now that I'm really looking at it, it's a pretty small living room. I don't know how much. Well, no, never mind. Never mind. I can fit. Yeah, I can fit plenty in here. I'll be able to fit plenty in there. I just didn't want things to get in the way of the stairs. But even if things did get in the way of stairs, there's 3 entrances. So yeah, that's platforms and how I'm using them in this build, my first build with them. There's also one out here. Since this is going to be a kid's room, I'm not going to put a door out, so that's why I put a path that just leads to that covered porch area. But yeah, I'm just going to hop over to full screen and sign out. Okay, guys, so that is a look at platforms. This, as long as you updated your game, they should now be in your game. If not, just update it, and they will be. Your mods will not work after you update it, because your mods always break whenever there's a big patch update. So delete your mods and then re-download them later once the creators have updated their mods. That's just a small little tidbit. So if you have any glitches or anything wrong like that, it might be your mods, because they will now be outdated since there's been a big update. But yeah, I hope this was somewhat informative. They're not hard to use at all, which is why this is barely a 20-minute video, because there wasn't a lot to show you. There's just, you place them and then put them up with the arrow or down with the arrow. The biggest tip, though, is to draw, even if it's going to be open floor plan, draw the room first, click on the room, and then use the arrows. Don't try and draw with the platform tool, or it's going to get rid of your walls. That's like the main thing to take away from this, if anything else. And that if it's a 1 height, your Sims can step up. Any higher than 1 height, you need stairs. That's the same with foundations. You can't connect platforms and foundations. I don't know why you would, but you can't. And you can make custom stairs with platforms. You can make custom, like, planter boxes, or just custom pillars, or maybe not pillars, but like, I saw James Turner use a platform, and then on the top of it he put like grass and then used it as like a planter. So you can do a lot of things with these platforms. If you want to show me what you are doing with your platforms or what you did, just use the hashtag simply Coco on the gallery and or simply Coco platform, and I'll check out your builds on the gallery using platforms. I might even tour them in a Twitch stream. Yeah, let's do that. And I might even tour them on YouTube. Maybe do a platform shell challenge. That would be fun. Thoughts. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that to think about. Other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please hit that notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.